morning. I'm Serena Powell. I am the Executive Director of FedCap Maine. And today we're talking with Brian Cummings, our Director of Veterans Services for Veterans Forward.
Good morning, Serena. Thanks for hosting the first video.
Welcome, Brian. Today's a very special and important day. It's Veterans Day. We're also launching our Veterans Forward show, where we'll be interviewing partners throughout the state, people from our military and veterans community here in Maine. Brian, why don't you tell everyone what brought you to Veterans Forward?
Sure. I retired from the Air Force in 2019. After 32 years, I retired as a Master Sergeant, and I started working with FedCap, the Families Forward program, and I'm so excited to be a part of this new veterans program.
So I noticed in your office that there's awards and these things called challenge coins from your service days. Could you tell us about that?
Sure. Sure, I'd be happy to. The thing that I'm most proud of that I've brought with me everywhere is I have a commendation medal that I received for the work I did on the morning of 9/11. That's been with me in every office, a cherished medal that I have. The challenge coins, I think you'll find as you get to know veterans that some of us are collectors. We get, part of being in the military is traveling a lot. You get to go a lot of places, you meet people and do some pretty unusual things, so you tend to be a collector. So the challenge coins started back in the Vietnam War when there was a veteran that owned a bar and he wanted to serve people who had seen combat, so he would ask them to bring proof of that combat. And things got a little out of control when folks were showing up with things like grenades or unexploded ordnance. So that's where challenge coins are born. It's a way to show, kind of show where you've been and the things you've done. They're usually given to you. I have one here that I'm really proud of. I was able to serve in Strategic Air Command early in my career, from 87 to 89, before I transferred to Europe. But Strategic Air Command was kind of the elite, I think, of the Air Force commands. They refer to ourselves as SAC-trained killers. And years later, when I was in NCO, I had the opportunity to go back to Offutt Air Force Base to the Strategic Air Command Museum, and this coin was given to me by a retired chief. So that's the one that I'm most proud of. I was always proud to have served in SAC.
That's fantastic. So Brian, as our Director of Veteran Services, could you tell us more about Veterans Forward and what it aims to accomplish here in Maine?
Sure. Yeah, the program officially launched in November of 2021, and our mission is to provide critical assistance to create a sustainable future for Maine's veterans, their service members in Maine, their families. We have an incredible advisory board that's invested in this with us, and they've just been critical to our fundraising efforts. Recently we partnered with WGAN and Bill Dodge Auto Group. We did a radio-thon and then hosted an antique auto show, which was a huge success. We raised over $30,000. Earlier this year, we partnered with WLOB, Talk News Maine, and raised $50,000. And all this money goes directly to our veterans, to assist them with critical needs. Next year, we're going to be going Over the Edge, which is a program where we're going to be rappelling off one of the tallest buildings in Maine, and that'll be another effort to raise money for Maine's veterans. So keep your eye on social media for that.
So a lot of fun fundraising opportunities. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us more about the direct services to veterans and the things that we've been doing to help them?
Sure. Yeah. Our program serves homeless veterans and people and veterans and their families that are at risk of homelessness, which is a huge problem in Maine right now. We help with emergency financial assistance. For example, one of the first veterans we had the opportunity to help happened back on the coldest day of last winter in 2021. It was the middle of winter, peak of the pandemic, and this veteran's furnace was failing. She could get it started, but the furnace would just shut down. So everyone got motivated, our partners, to help this veteran stay warm. Within a few hours, we were able to provide funds to her, to get an electric heater set up so that she could, keep her home warm. And even better, we found a donor who was able to come out and basically replace her furnace. We have really powerful things we can do, and we can do them quickly. you know, it's thanks to our partners and everyone on the team that makes this possible. So I think if you'd like to donate, there's a donate tab at the top of our website here. Your donations keep our veterans housed, warm. You know, there's a lot of positive things we can do to help our vets in Maine.
So sometimes it's that direct, just that little bit of help that a veteran needs, and that at the right moment.
Yep.
So you also need help with this work. So
I do.
you're hiring. What are you looking for?
I am hiring. We're looking to hire staff. There's a lot of vets here in Maine, and I'm looking to hire. You know, we serve all of Maine, so I'm looking to get someone hired up in the Caribou, the northern area, the county, central, northern, and then southern. Well, I'm really looking to hire veterans. I think that's a powerful thing. You know, when I meet veterans that I've had the chance to work with this past year, you know, we speak the same language, and there's a respect there, and that works both ways. You know, we respect their service, and they respect that the people that are trying to help them, you know, also did that. There's some common ground there. So I'm looking to hire vets, but yeah, I'd love to talk to anybody who's interested in joining the team.
So Brian, today's Veterans Day. Is there something that you do that's special to you to acknowledge Veterans Day?
Yeah, I typically on Veterans Day. I've kind of a quiet Veterans Day. My dad was in the Air Force, and he passed back in '91. So I usually like to go spend some time with my dad. Kind of reflect on his service and my time in the military.
Wonderful, thank you. So it's a special day, as I mentioned. We are launching the Veterans Forward show, and I have the privilege of passing the reins to Brian, who will be hosting this show moving forward. If we're looking for guests, we would love for you to join us. If you'd like to join us, please email us at help@mainveteransforward.org. So Brian, I really appreciate your time today and look forward to your future conversations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks, Serena. Thank you, everybody.